Hey, welcome back to the Let Go Movement podcast. My name is Akeisha, and around here we are sharing what it's like to live well, let go, and keep showing up for the life that you are creating and want. Our journeys are unique, they're layered, they're nuanced, and they're never a one size fits all. I'm here sharing what's helping myself, what's helping my clients, and what's possible when we stop holding on to what we were never meant to carry. Let's get into the episode. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the episode. Today, we are continuing this 3-part mini series, and this is the last episode on this mini series, and it is about releasing resistance. Now, I know sometimes it feels like you're an uphill battle with yourself and you're constantly, quote unquote, working on it, but you're kind of not getting anywhere, or things are starting to come for a circle. It's happening again. But I want you right now, if that's you, take a deep breath with me. Let it in, let it out. Because what if it's not actually about fighting harder? And what if it's actually about letting go of the fight and letting go of the resistance and acknowledging to yourself how much you are resisting something, celebrating that, and then letting that go so that you can start to begin to open up to what your body is communicating with you. So, we're diving into resistance today and how it keeps us in the cycle of being stuck. And this is the work that I do with women a lot when we're working on looking at their body, their conditions, their illnesses from that emotional, energetic point, because I know that shifting out of the cycle isn't always easy to do it alone. And you shouldn't do it alone. You should have support. You should be seen. You should be supported through all the layers. Now, if you haven't listened to the previous 2 episodes, I do highly suggest going back and listening to them because we kind of build on all the things. And in last week's episode, I asked a question that really rocks the identity boat for so many of my clients. And that question is what is this condition giving you? What do you actually love and like and are getting from being in this state? And I know some of you probably just want to slap me upside the face, but it is a question I encourage you to look at if you are constantly in a state of being sick or chronic things are continuously happening to you. It's not going to fix everything, and I can't promise everything, but that question can open the door to a whole slew and hidden gems that when we can acknowledge them, see them, be with them, and thank them for being in our life and then let them go, we can start to release the resistance that we're having towards healing. Now, where does resistance even come from? It's such a sneaky little energy. And most of us don't even realize we're resisting our healing because it's really not conscious. Resistance shows up in various ways. So, very commonly, doubt. What if I try this and it doesn't work? We get in the sense of fear. Who will I be without this condition? We get into overthinking, constantly analyzing instead of actually feeling and allowing. And one of my favorites, and such an ingrained energy and way of being in our society, is pushing through the symptoms instead of listening to what they're telling you. It's like you're trying to swim upstreams. You're exhausted, it's frustrating, and really it's completely unnecessary because the river is there and already willing to carry you down it if you will let it. But no, we're just, we're going to do it. We're going to do the things. We're going to work harder. We're going to swim upstream. But really, at the end of the day, it's about letting it go. So when we work one-on-one, we go here. We uncover where you're resisting and gently shift that energy because I know it can be overwhelming to be in that state. And again, you don't have to do it alone. We should be in communion with each other. We should be seen and acknowledged and held in that space so the healing and the body and your whole being feel supported. Now, this isn't about mindset completely, and it's a lot, probably everything to do with how your body's actually working. What state is it in? Because the body can only heal when it's in a parasympathetic state. So, rest, repair, regeneration. But if you're constantly in a state of stress, over efforting, fear, over analyzing, anxiety, your body is, and it's not just about managing the symptoms, but creating those internal shifts that allow healing to happen at the root. Even if you're taking all the things and doing all of the work, that's great. If you yourself are continuously putting yourself in stressful situations where you're in the sympathetic nervous system, healing is still going to feel like an uphill battle. But we have to get you down to that parasympathetic state. We need to calm the body. We need to stop resisting ourselves and allow all the hidden gems, all the emotions, all the energetics, all the little nuances come up for us to witness. Okay, I have to take a second to shout out my You Always Were collection because if you're here listening to this podcast, you're probably a little bit like me. The black sheep, the one who doesn't quite fit into all the boxes, the one who's always done life a little differently. And be honest, thank God for that. This brand is a reminder you were always magical. You were always meant to be a little extra, a little rebellious, and a little whole lot you. It's cozy, it's fun, it's wearable energy. I've got a signature tee, sweatshirt, candles, and some other few goodies on the site. So if you want to rep that energy, check it out. I'll link it below. You always were. Okay, back to the episode. So a lot of this is about surrender, and surrender isn't giving up. I think it gets this weird twist on it where we feel like if I surrender, then I'm giving up. And it's really, from my point of view, all about allowing more. And I know it can sound scary to like give up or accept whatever condition or event you're going through, but surrender is the complete opposite. It isn't passive, it's powerful. It isn't quitting, but it's about trusting. So, like, if you imagine yourself floating in water, if you fight it or struggle and tense up, you sink, you get exhausted, you start to tire out. But the moment you relax, your body naturally rises to the surface and you begin to float. You begin to literally have less tension and things working against you in this act of floating. So that's the shift that I work with or go through when I work with people. I guide you through moving from that resistance and tension to trusting and flowing. So your body can actually do what it's designed to do. And that's heal itself, get it back into a state of energy flow when we start removing those energy blocks. So I know this can feel like a huge shift, especially if you've been stuck in that work harder mindset for years. And that is truly why I do this work. And that's why I love this podcast. I love having these conversations. I love the last two conversations. And I love the conversations I'm going to be bringing to you in a few weeks that really starts to kind of unravel some of the organs and the energetics and emotions that get created and trapped in those organs and the symptoms you might be feeling or physical experiences you might be having in life that if you were to start looking at the physical and then turning it into the energetic and seeing how that applies to your life, how much you can navigate through a lot of what you're experiencing and then maybe we're not numbing out so much. Maybe we're being more in communion and co-creation with our bodies and really stopping this like internal fight with ourselves, but this co-creation and surrendering to this amazing apparatus that is constantly speaking, navigating, is there for us, protecting us, nourishing us, etc., etc. So I want to know if this resonates with you. So if you've had an experience, I invite you to drop what your biggest takeaways are or how you've experienced these shifts in your own life with your own things that have been coming up in life. And if you're needing more support, I invite you to come and have a conversation with me and see if working one-on-one is something that would benefit you in releasing that resistance, really bringing up the gems, as I like to call them, really being allowing everything that your body has been holding on to, storing for generations, perhaps, really allowing it to come up, be seen, witnessed, and be released in a very gentle, non invasive, body based way. You don't have to do this alone. So if you're feeling pulled, let's talk. Let's have a chat and see if we're a good fit for each other. Other than that, thank you so much for being here with me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so grateful I get to do life and conversation like this together. If today landed for you, I would love to hear what your takeaways were. Hop over to Instagram and hit me up in the DMs or leave a comment below. I love reading all of them. And if you haven't already done so, pay it forward by subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing this with someone that you love. These actions directly impact the show and they help us reach a new audience, so I am very grateful in advance. And if you want to explore working together or dive deeper into this work, you can check out in the show notes all my current offers and ways to connect. Until next time, everybody, have a magical and fantastic day.